Hey guys, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. This is going to be what I would like to say, a freebie, a Christmas present from me to you guys. Okay? And today, what I want to do is talk a little bit about how this world works. If you've been noticing, there's a lot of things going on with the United States, right? There's drugs. It seems like a huge percentage of the population is dealing with drugs. It seems like everything is breaking down and falling apart. It seems that the United States has a demographic issue, a demographic problem. Isn't that something? It seems that everything that the United States has claimed and accused China of is happening to the United States. Can you believe that? So today I'm going to talk about why that matters. And I'm going to specifically talk about why what you say matters. I'm talking about affirmation campaigns. I am. Have you ever watched that? Now that I'm older and I see classmates from 50 years ago or so and see how they're faring, the ones that used to point at other kids and say, "You're so stupid, you're so ugly, you can't do anything," today they're stupid, ugly, and can't do anything. Now, our minds tell us, but it can't possibly be right, because they're directing their statements at another person. They're saying, person B is that way, but not me, person A. That's not the way affirmations work. Person A generates the events to happen to person A. You don't have the ability to generate those things to person B, person C, person D. You don't have that ability. You can only generate it on yourself and your situation. Which is why within the United States and all the rest who have this megaphone, this massive megaphone that's accusing all kinds of bad stuff to the associated with China. It's happening to them. What do you think, with all this massive megaphone saying that Russia is just a glorified gas station, what do you think is going to happen to the United States? Yeah, exactly. Every single thing you say manifests, whether you like it or not. So you better sure as shit be careful of what you talk about and what you say. I mention this over and over again, but it's a good time to really underline it. What you say happens. I once said I eat healthy food as part of my affirmations. I eat very well and I eat healthy food. Well, sure as shit, I was eating vegetarian food. Very, very healthy, but I wasn't having any fun because I like the unhealthy stuff too. Be careful what you say, guys. Now, if I point it out like this, that person is really healthy and looking well, that's going to happen to me. It's the same as me saying, I am good looking and healthy and well, because it happens to me. Person A, whatever person A says, happens to person A, even if you're directing it to somebody else. So that's why those of you who are thinking about cursing somebody or putting them in the cornfield, I advise don't do it, because you don't know the process to do it. you might think that you're doing it the proper way. You might think you know how to do it. And so you use some kind of Golden Dawn magic or Aleister Crowley technique to do it. That's not the way it works, guys. There's a totally different way of sending somebody to the cornfield. So don't you even get involved in any of that stuff. At best, you guys are amateurs. Well, I'm an amateur too, but I've kind of honed my skills a little bit. So kind of listen to me, okay? Words are cold with power. Be careful what you say. Always be careful what you say. Okay? Sure. Oh, yeah. You notice I'm wearing a jacket because it's wintertime. And it's also day after Christmas. So I'm making this right now. It's Christmas, where most of you are living. Not all of you. A lot of you. A lot of you are living. Actually, I'm really surprised. A lot of my follower base is in the West, but not necessarily in the United States. It's really kind of weird. And by the way, I've got a couple of thoughts on that. I might as well talk a little bit about that too. AI is running shit. AI is running everything, guys. AI is running it. You are in the middle of it. You got to be careful with what you say online. I am in my various social media platforms are all in isolation bubbles. Who views them, how they interact, who interacts with me. They just kind of like put me in this isolation bubble. They've got used different things. They talk about shadow banning and this and that, but it's AI controlled isolation. I might as well be in a little mini digital prison, and that's kind of what they did. It's nothing bad. It just means that it's not worth my time to interact on those platforms anymore. Not that they care about it. They set it up because I am not the kind of person that brings in what they want, which is a constant interaction and revenue that eventually leads to a revenue stream. I'm a little bit too far-fetched. And those characters, those people who are desirable for the predetermined groups of dissidents, whether you're on the left or the right, you're all boxed in a certain narrative, and there are a certain associated Pied Pipers for each narrative. That's already established. If you lie outside of that, well, you know, you're fudged. There's not too much you can do about that, guys. So you get boxed in or pushed off to the side or whatever you might want to call it. So just be aware of that. Things, that's the way it is right now. Not gonna happen, has happened. So, with that in mind, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Think good thoughts, vocalize good thoughts, and don't be under the impression that if you say that person over there is fat, if you say something like that, that person over there is fat, you'll become fat too. And that's not a good thing, I tell you what. So be good to everybody and treat yourself well. Because remember, guys, most of the people that we interact with are shadow people. And it doesn't mean that their consciousness is not tied to something, but it does mean that the focus on this reality is within ourselves. So change the reality to become what you want. I've got lots and lots of examples of myself and followers who have changed their reality. And I'm telling you, it does work. And of course, like I said before, don't think that you can just say a couple of things and then suddenly your life changes. You have to set up a campaign that lasts a couple of years. Grind those things out, and boom, it happens. And so if you're prepared to work and you're prepared to do, you're prepared to survive and do well. So people, with that, I just want you to know, guys, be kind to dogs and cats. Do your affirmations if you want to. Know that they work. And do not get caught up in the crazy world of the massive changes that's going on right now. Don't get too caught up in that. It's all good. And with that, people, I'm going to say one more time, be kind to dogs and cats, and be kind to animals. Be kind to those around you in every way. And be kind to yourself. And I know you will, because people, I believe in you. Take care. Bye-bye.